You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
I want to talk about news, don't want the drama. From no pretentious media Madonna. I found me a great ganja mama. Cannabis and coffee with some marijuana.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Cannabis and Coffee with me, Tamarijuana. It's been a while since you see me on my show. It's been a month, actually, since I've done my show. And I was going to take the summer off and just kind of, ease through it because I lost my dad a month ago today. So it's been kind of a rough month. But I had a friend reach out and say, hey, are you doing a show and can we be guests? And I said, absolutely, because these are return guests. And this is a show update on HAYLEY. So this is about her, and she's going to come on and tell you all about what she's been doing and update us, and Cheryl too. Her mom, Cheryl's with her too, but Cheryl's also been going to school and doing a lot of research and stuff that she can also update us on as well. So with further ado, I'm going to bring Cheryl and Haley Rose on. Welcome, ladies. How are you this morning?
Good.
Yeah,
hi, good morning.
Oh, you got the Pikachu behind you. Hang on. You got Pikachu? I got one too. I actually have an original one from when the kids were small that's 30 years old, but it's in my buffet. And I've got Charmander, and I've got, I don't know, some other ones, but they were the kids' when they were little. I actually have a Teletubby sitting here.
No way.
Like,
yeah.
It was Taven. It was Tyrus's. My oldest son, he'll be 29, right? So this was his Teletubby. So this thing's
my God, that's awesome.
28 years old.
That's
and
Dipsy.
It still works.
That one is Dipsy.
You want to sip a Dipsy?
That one's Dipsy. No, I said that one is Dipsy.
Yeah, this one's Dipsy. Oh, there's no batteries in it. But if there was battery, I took the batteries out because it was still like if you touched his tummy, it would still.
Yeah, I just got my Pikachu at the carnival on Cannabis Day.
Did you win it?
No, my boyfriend won it for me.
I heard you had a boyfriend. What the heck? Are you happy? Is he nice?
Oh, he's really nice and loving. And he's very understandable.
I just you have come so far, honey. I just love this. Cheryl, it's just wow.
I know, right?
From 5 years ago, where her laying on a couch and couldn't barely move to this. Out having parties, out going out karaokeing, and has a boyfriend. Holy.
Yeah. There's some.
Go ahead.
And I was going to talk to you about the carnival. When I went there, before we went in, my mom wasn't sure if we should go inside the carnival. So we tried it out, and I went inside, and I went deeper and deeper and deeper inside until I found a game that I tried, and it was I think it was almost, it was right in the center where there was tons of flashing lights all surrounding me, and my glasses that protect me from fluorescent lights, I didn't need them, and all those carnival games that you could play were all surrounding me, and it didn't bother me. And me and my boy, so and when we were standing there, I saw a game that I wanted to play. It was also flashy as well. The game is a basketball game. You have 3 chances to win. You throw the basketball into the hoop. Once you get it in, you have 2 more chances. I almost got it in twice, but I missed.
Oh.
So then it was my boyfriend's turn, and he got it in twice. He only missed once.
Oh,
So
great.
So he won it for me. Even though he likes Pikachu just as much as me, he won it for me. Though.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. I am so happy that you have
when he gave it to me, I gave him a kiss for thank you. And said thank you to him on the cheek.
That's okay. That's normal. That's okay.
Yeah.
Those are things that you're supposed to do.
Plus, I even was standing and so we went to a good place in there in the carnival to see the fireworks as well. And I still didn't need the glasses. And also, there was this big Ferris wheel that kept on blinking and blinking, and I was staring at the Ferris wheel because some of the fireworks were above the Ferris wheel. And so on this side would be, pretend this is the Ferris wheel, okay? This is us on the ground. And we were watching the fireworks in the carnival.
You're watching fireworks. That is amazing.
On site with everybody else.
And all those people around you and all the noise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the flashing lights.
And stimulations and all that noise and stuff.
Well, she did have, so she's still having issues with sound. It is better, but she still requires the
I know, but still, Cheryl, like
it's just the lights and everything, the stimuli, absolutely unreal. Yeah.
The only thing that was the problem in the carnival was the people that were having a band there. That music was too much for me. But all
the type of sound. So otherwise lights, she wouldn't have had the headphones on.
And the flashing lights were blinking like this fast as well. And even in the dark, when the fireworks were, the carnival of the Ferris wheel kept on flashing like this all the time. And I was looking in its direction the whole time while I was watching the fireworks too, because some of the fireworks were also where above the Ferris wheel. And when we came home, I went to bed. I found out my mom told me that I didn't have any seizures in my sleep. So the next day, I felt even more proud of myself finding out that not one seizure happened. And even the next day, I didn't have a seizure at all, and for 24 hours as well, and even longer than that, I kept on having no seizures. Amazing. And I thought I was proud when I was at the carnival, but I was even more proud when I found out that I didn't have any seizures.
Well,
the next day.
Right? Again, these are something that you can't control yourself anyways, honey, but you're doing everything you can possible in your life with your diet and the cannabis and everything else to make it so that you don't have to worry about having seizures for 24 hours. And you can go to carnivals and you can watch fireworks and have strobing lights. And I just think that's so amazing. It makes me just like.
Tamara, to put it into context, it was 2005, the last time Haley was like at the Peony or any sort of carnival.
Oh, I know. It's been a long time.
That's 3 years before she got the first pediatric license in Canada for it. So it's like we're seeing in some areas progress that surpasses,
And
well, then you've done that yourself. You've done that with your own research. You've done that with her. And you've made all these strides and bounds to help her, but it'll help others.
Yeah, it's been 19 to 20 years since I've been in one. But before we went in there,
so much fun. You have just so much fun.
I asked my mom. My mom wasn't sure if I asked my mom if we could go into the carnival. She wasn't sure at first because she wasn't sure because of all those flashing lights for food stands, and mostly it's for the rides and games. We weren't. So I told her that if it does cause a seizure or I feel off, we can leave. But I want to try going in there first and look for a game. And as we went in,
we went looking for cotton candy. We went because now, so I for over the years I figured out how to calculate a amount based on her carbohydrate, sugar content. And as a special, very special meal, she could have a small amount, right? Yeah. But you still get it, and right at the carnival.
Right. So, I mean, just to be able to have that little bit of
quality life.
Yeah. Like, I mean, just to be able to go, like.
Yeah. So as we got more into the carnival, there was even more flashing lights. And it still didn't cause a seizure, and I still didn't need to wear my glasses for it.
And no
I just needed my headphones because of the band being so loud of music, even though we were really far away from it, or extremely far away from it as well.
You just say the band sucked. You didn't like the music.
It just bothered me, so I had to.
It was the type of music. Sorry, it was the type of music that was being played. That was the problem, right?
What music was being played?
So, okay, so it has a lot to do with like types of sounds. So for Haley, white noise is just like horrible for her. Fans, sweeping, like water running. Those are not good sounds for motors. So anything that has like that really kind of a it can be a problem, right? So depending on what the music is,
heavy metal, techno kind of stuff, like
well, I mean, she likes like Rob Zombie and stuff like that, but Ozzy and things, but so
right. I've got I don't mean to be looking away, but I've got this menace down here. He will not leave me alone, and he just keeps coming up and wanting to lick my leg. And
my god!
Lucy's come to say hello. So this is one of.
Do you want to talk about these?
So after the carnival was done and we were heading home, we thought that since it didn't cause a seizure, now we're going to go to it more often.
Yeah.
That it didn't cause a seizure or cause a seizure in my sleep or cause a seizure waking up the other day as well. And all.
So that means you can go to other festivals and stuff. And I mean, there's lots of festivals every weekend.
Yeah. The only thing I cannot do would be the rides. I could play the games, but not the rides. But that's okay with me because I think the games are more fun.
Yeah.
Plus, another thing.
She's got a checklist here of things she wants to tell you about.
That's good. I'm glad you came prepared.
She did.
Another thing that happened this week and was we had a doctor's not an appointment like going there. I mean like on computer. On a phone or something like that.
Yeah.
He told me that I can come off more medications that are bad. What are the medications called?
So the diazepam. So she's right now going off some quetiapine, possibly a bit more. We'll see how that goes. Then, and we have another sleep aid in our pocket in case we need it, but we're going to see how that goes. And then she's coming off the diazepam, which is a schedule, but we just want to make sure sleep's going how we want because there are changes with it.
Right.
So
well,
you about that?
Coming off any pharmaceutical, there's always side effects. Not
yeah, she's already come off oxazepam and Creon, and now she's coming down in quetiapine. So
that's amazing. Like, these are all such, these are such strides, and I hope that other people that have children with the same issues are watching and are learning from this, because I mean, so many parents give up. It's like the Joneses right out in Nova Scotia. Like, they had wished they got to go to Disneyland, all these things, because they're basically saying that there's no hope. Yet she's now scheduled for scoliosis surgery. So they're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. At first, I felt the same way when I first had first before cannabis. I first thought that too. I thought I'd never be able to get this far, but thanks to my mom, the cannabis juice, and the diet, and my grandpa helping me out with the diet, I have now gotten this far, and I now found out that there is hope. You just have to be really patient, and then eventually you will find out that you can do this too.
In the will, though, Haley, because if you didn't want to do this yourself, your mom could have forced you to do all kinds of things. And if you didn't want to do this stuff, you would not be doing it. And that's the thing. You've had the will, you've had the fight, because you're a survivor, you're a warrior, you're the one that said, yes, I will do this. Because you could have said, no, I'm not eating that.
Oh, the diet is so incredibly strict, right?
Exactly. And being a teenager when this started, I know I've got a teenager, how hard it is, and your sister too, how hard it is to get you guys to do anything, right? So you wanted to do this, or you wouldn't be doing what you're doing, and you take credit for that. You should be very proud of yourself for taking the advice of your mom and following your mom's instructions because of your mom, and because you listened and you did everything, you are becoming better. And that's because you wanted to. Exactly. So you should be very proud of yourself. Because it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. Because you believe in yourself. And we believe in you too. And you're an amazing human being. And I am so proud of you. And I'm so proud to call you my friend, to see the strives that you've done to become, like I said, 5 years ago, your mom was calling me and she was so upset because you were 80 pounds laying on a couch. You couldn't talk. You couldn't draw, you couldn't sing, you couldn't do it. And now look at, now you're going to fairs and winning plushies, playing games, singing in karaoke, and having
standing by blinking really fast blinking lights.
All of this, Haley, all of this is your growth in your journey that has been a struggle. You guys have struggled at a journey and you've been set back and then you went forward and back and forward. And now we just got to keep looking forward. And I hope you can go to a party every weekend.
Even though at first when I didn't have any hope, but as the years went by and I still couldn't get this good, I thought in my head that maybe the diet and this cannabis juice wouldn't help at all, so there's no point. But I found that now that how long I've been on it and over the years have passed, I found out that it is possible and there is hope for this to happen. And it's been my dream to get this far and to go to carnivals and stuff like that. And I know that dreams can come true too. You just have to be patient, and it can happen to everyone else. They just need to know to be patient and be and not give up and hope and dreams, because they can do this too. It just takes a long time, but it's worth it.
You also have to have a parent that's willing to research and put you on the proper diet, because your diet might not work for somebody else, and the you're doing might not work for everybody, but it's a baseline for everybody to go off of, right?
And look at research more into, let's look deeper into this, right?
Right, and then look into what would maybe be more beneficial for an individual child,
exactly,
even an adult
on a whole, right?
Yeah, I believe
if you're an adult now, like you're 31 years old, you're an adult, you're not a little kid anymore. So these are like stuff that the youth strives that would help adults too, as well as children.
Yeah, I believe that this can happen to anyone, no matter what they're on or what they're doing to help them. I believe that this can happen to them too. I just want them to know that just be patient. And
you can
eventually your dreams and the hope that you wanted will come true as well. You just gotta be patient and never give up your hopes.
And eat your greens and drink your cannabis juice. Right? Yeah.
No matter what you're on, that's helping you.
Right. And again, like, we never show people because not everybody can do everything. Like pharmaceuticals, like I have to take some pharmaceuticals. Some people have to take them. We never want to shame anybody for taking the medicine that they have to feel better. And like I said, I'm all about using cannabis first. Always. Like, even with my pain, I will smoke this. I will smoke joints. I will do everything before I have to go into this. Right? Exactly. This is the last bottle of pills they gave me. It's gabapentin. It's 300 caps of gabapentin. So I try to do this before I ever do this. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't take these daily. These are as needed. But this is the size of bottles of pills that I've got.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep.
Another thing that happened as well that I'm proud of is another one of the doctors. Was it the same doctor?
Which one?
About he apparently.
You're a neurologist.
He told me that I don't need another EEG for a whole year. That's when he's going to see me again.
No appointment for another year.
We used to have them quite frequently, right? You used to have them like every 3 months?
Even up to 6 weeks EEGs.
Right. So you would have to have them very frequently.
She's seen it.
Yeah.
Right? You're having to have that too. A year. Like that's almost like saying
the last 2 years. Well, cannabis juice for her special diet.
That they're in that's like saying somebody in Canada that has cancer is in remission, or somebody with Crohn's disease is in remission, or colitis or something. It's almost like you're in a remission.
Almost. There's a few things we got to tweak. She's healing, right? Like they're so
my car's ready to pick up. Yay!
Woo! Another thing I'm proud of is that now that I've gotten so much better, I'm more active and I have more energy and I've been doing more things. As you can see, like for example, the carnival, the fireworks,
going traveling
with my mom to
Kamloops.
Tell me about going to Kamloops on the campus at the university. I bet you that was fun too.
Yeah, I went there twice now.
Twice? You left your house on a bus? Twice?
Yeah.
We did have
Are you kidding me?
We did have, but we went to the forums and she watched presentations and
I know.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I needed a wheelchair.
Is on the bus, right?
It was on the bus. And the only time I needed it.
But you're not having to use the wheelchair either, are you? Like you're walking, you're not rolling a wheelchair. You don't use the wheelchair. Where's the wheelchair?
I don't think I need my brace anymore. I just can walk on my own now.
She's not going to go into a seizure, so we don't need to wear the safety harness.
Yeah.
Right.
So no wheelchair. No wheelchair. No wheelchair.
No wheelchair. No safety harness.
No.
And I can go in cars now.
Yeah. So
hang on.
Oh, sorry.
I can go in cars. But the only thing I have to do in a car is have my wheelchair seat and
the cushion
and a back seat as well.
Like a car seat.
Two
Like,
little cushions. Just two cushions.
A back seat for here. A back cushion seat for here and a cushion
seat cushion.
And a seat.
Well, I could come rolling up in my car, put them cushions in, throw you in my car and come take you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do
Just
that.
gotta bring the stuff for the diet. I'm a scale and a few other things.
I think that sounds like a plan. My car's fixed. See, I just got a text. My car's fixed.
And even some cars that don't have much motor in the back of their seats, I could keep my feet down on it.
And she doesn't need cushions.
And I don't need a cushion.
My car
plus, electric vehicles.
Plus, another thing, if they do have vibration in the back a lot, then that's when I need to keep my feet up. But mostly I'm keeping my feet down.
My car sounded like a lawnmower. You wouldn't have been able to be in it, but now you can.
And now I can walk on my own.
That's so amazing.
Dexterity, gait, all that's up, increased. Oh.
We have to take a quick break and we have 5 minutes until we have to take a commercial break. So and then we'll take a commercial break, a quick commercial break, and then we got another half an hour. So we got lots of time. So you don't have to pile. You got lots of time to tell us all about this. So don't panic. You still have enough. We got lots of time. We got all the time in the world.
I'm just excited to tell everyone this.
Other shows are like because I had to push it because I'm usually on at noon. So is there anything on this afternoon? He goes, no, there's nothing. It's all open. Woohoo! So we could go all afternoon, but we can't. But because we're on Roku TV now, so
nice.
We're on Roku now. We've got another app started or something. Yeah, but yeah, we've got lots of time, honey. So you don't have to rush through your list. We got lots of time, honey. Yeah.
No, I'm just
gonna say.
I'm really excited to tell everybody this.
Is it lots? Do you want to wait till after the break?
And talk and let them know that I'm proud of myself. And
you should be
they can do it too.
You should be so proud. You know what? Like I said, you're an ambassador for our community because we all watched you. We've all watched you grow up. We've been watching you go through this journey. I've been there since the beginning, I've been in Ottawa, so I've actually physically touched you. It was a long time ago, but I've actually I stayed in your room, actually, when we were in Ottawa with you, your mom, and Ryan, because I think it was Ryan. Was Ryan? Yeah. I stayed in that room with you guys in Ottawa because I ended up going to go stay with somebody else, but they were kind of I couldn't even have a coffee. They didn't have no coffee in their house. They had, I smoked and they didn't like cigarette smoke and it was kind of uncomfortable. So I was rescued and I kind of come and just kind of flopped wherever somebody had a free flop and I flopped with you guys.
Yeah. Now the only time when I need a wheelchair is only on bus and sky trains.
And if we were to go on a ferry or something. But it's next, ferries on next on our list of trials, right? So
who knows? We might
be Isn't there a short run from Sydney to Tofino? Like a shorter run than taking? Isn't there a short run?
Sure. I haven't even really looked into it, but the next would be that would be the next level. The last one would be plane because that one was crazy. And that has a lot to do with the air pressure and stuff too. So there's things that I can't assume.
Yeah, I know she flew once, right?
Yeah. That was crazy, but yes. So that one's last.
You guys ended up flying home though too, and that was the flight was not great going home either. I remember that.
Yeah. And 2 years ago, I think it was, and last year, I think I was only going in cars. Cars. With wheelchairs.
That was.
But now this year.
2022.
In 2022
is when you were in cars only in the wheelchair and all vehicles.
And then in 2023 that's 2023. And in 2023. But in 2024 that's when I found out I didn't need a wheelchair anymore.
Right?
That's
just cushions and that's it.
Is it just for like for
the last 2 years she's been
is
on
this
it.
for her own safety kind of thing? Is it just kind of like a safety comfort thing, or is it like
No, the vibration causes
vibration? Oh, the vibration. Now,
right? Yeah, that's the problem.
And so those cushions in the wheelchair help. So would those
her actual wheelchair has Roho cushions under the feet. She's got ones for under the arms.
Right. To stop
it's souped right up for anti-vibration.
Right. Well, again, because of the fact that because of these triggers like lights and vibrations and sounds and all these things are what were causing the seizures. Now that those have kind of
seizures, they're called. They fall under that heading, but hers are just real severe.
Right. So would you say that they've alleviated themselves to a quarter, half portion, 90%? Like,
okay, so there is definitely been a change in sound because she could not have running water. Like, I had to fill the bath, and then she had ear plugs, and then she would bathe, and then she would get out, and after she was out of the bathroom, with headphones on, I could drain the tub. Okay, now
we're gonna stop.
There's waterproof headphones, and gets in the shower.
Wait, you said that she was showering.
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna
that
stop
was
there
last year. Yeah, so
yeah, and we're gonna
and the water didn't bug me.
Yeah,
the only time when water would bug me is either one in rain, two. We don't know about pools, but maybe.
Yeah, we haven't checked them out this year yet.
And three, if you're running water for a long time, but if you're doing it like a quick couple, like 2 seconds, then it's okay. But if you're running it like washing dishes,
so sitting by a running creek would not be.
So there is better on it, but the main difference that we're seeing is in the visual, the optical seizures that she's having.
Okay, we're going to have to take a quick break now and thank our sponsors that help us pay for this network so that we can keep doing these shows like Limestone Hydroponics and I can't remember right now. My brain's not thinking. Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. And if anybody else is looking to sponsor our network, we'd appreciate that because we've lost a couple sponsors in the last little bit due to them selling businesses. I think is what's happened with one of our sponsors. And oh yes, and we also have Easy. It's Steve's Easy. Anyways, it'll come on the commercial, and then you'll know. My brain's just not always on cue because there's like how many, and then I get them wrong, and then I fuck up. So we'll just let them do it. We'll be right back after this commercial break to thank our sponsors. Now I gotta find one. Where the hell are they? He's moved everything on me. Well, the whole thing changed. Okay, we'll do this one.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
Re-rolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420pace.ca.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Are you looking to get your medical cannabis grow license? Limestone City Hydroponics can help patients through the process of obtaining their license to grow medical cannabis. What's that? You don't have a doctor. If you meet the medical criteria, Limestone City Hydroponics has a nurse practitioner who can assess and provide medical cannabis prescriptions. What are you waiting for? Contact Limestone City Hydroponics at limestonecityhydroponics.ca or call them at 613-548-0420.
PACE Radio is the People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
All right, we are back after those quick breaks, and see, there's so many of them I can't remember them all. That's a lot. But yeah, Sue's actually got a show on our network with Cindy, and they talk about psychedelic medicines. And also, Pierre was on our show last week from Kingston, from Limestone Hydroponic, and they do a lot of other things. Like they've gotten into houseplants and stuff too, because cannabis growing is not as prevalent as it has been in the past. Patients aren't doing it. The illegal market, there really isn't much of one anymore. And the big guys, I probably imagine, getting their nutrients from the suppliers themselves. So these small hydroponic stores are, and I mean, even in Nova Scotia, like they're closing the bong stores. Like Denise has worked at, Mackenzie has worked at that one store in Nova Scotia for like 17 years, and they're actually closing it. So there are people that are losing their jobs because people aren't going and buying their papers and their stuff at the bong stores anymore. They're going to the legal market stores because their papers are, like me. I mean, I've used blue zigzags. I've never gone to the bong store to buy papers anyway.
That's
like
sad.
bongs, like, I mean, it's just not a priority. And like, you know, I remember like 10 years ago, we were all like, you know, buying bongs and buying all this blown glass, and everybody was right into all these, you know, like dabs. Nobody's doing that anymore.
No.
And it's disappointing that we're not having cups and we're not having cannabis events where we all get together, because nobody is growing anymore. Like, I mean, I'm not even growing anymore.
No.
That's sad. Really sad.
It is really sad. Like, our community is kind of like, because I said to Alec, I always thought about canceling my show and just not doing it anymore, because it's tough to get guests. Like, nobody's wanting to be guests. I mean, me sitting here blithering for an hour, nobody wants to watch me blither for an hour about anything. Like, you know what I mean? So, but again, it's the only way we can get education out. And there are people that are still needing to be educated, because you can't go to a rec store and ask about medical. So it's good we still do these. And again, psychedelic medicines and that kind of thing are new and upcoming too, and drug reform. And the fact that we've got these new projects that are going on in British Columbia with forced addiction treatments and all these things are kind of wrapped around our same, I guess, stream of activism, because it's all about drug reform. And I came in for drug reform. Like, I wanted to change the laws. Then I became aware of the patient and the cannabis medicine and all that stuff because of Michelle Rainey, right? And that's how I learned about the cannabis medicine and got my licensing done. And I was educated myself, because I came in as a political scientist with legal background, kind of wanting to do legislation, policy change, and I did. Like, that's where I stayed. That's why I stayed in that lane, and that's why I went to Ottawa and with you guys as well, where we met, because we wanted to change policy. Why I went to the convention in Montreal to write the policy to legalize cannabis, and we got there. So that was my involvement, like sitting in MPs' offices and, you know, talking to politicians and, you know, doing that line of things. And even now, like, there's nothing for me to do. Really, like, there
is still gaps in the system, like,
Absolutely.
obviously, and not like for patients.
But again, I'm not in that legal system, so I really can't be fighting for something that I'm not involved in, because I'm not. I've got that nice little fucking record there, right? And I tried to I can't get a pardon because there was a story published in Maclean's magazine.
What?
Too many cops. It was printed about me being arrested and doing that 6 month fucking whatever. So because it's in print in a publication, there's no way of erasing my record. because it's been published.
Because it's already been published.
And it's been published in a magazine like Maclean's, which is an accredited magazine that's not going to wash that for me. Like that's like you can't make like Pardons Canada can't go, hey, can you just like whitewash that? Like we're just gonna get rid of that, right? And that's why I can't get a pardon. Because of that publication, because I was an activist, because I was out there, because I did get arrested, because I did do time.
It's ridiculous though, because
it's horrible.
That's why I can't work in the legal market because I mailed 4 grams to another patient, 4 grams of cannabis in the mail to another patient, and that was before the Smith ruling. So we had no ability to share. We couldn't do that, right? That's and right. I just got my license, and wasn't aware. I just thought, hey, well, I came home with them. I got arrested and walked out of the police station with an ounce of pot because somebody else had sent me that pot in the mail. And I got, like, they picked me up on my way home from picking up that ounce of pot. Yeah. I walked to the police station with that ounce of pot because I had a possession license. That person that sent me that ounce didn't get charged for trafficking, but I did.
Horrible. Yeah, that's not good.
And I did 6 months house arrest because I had a prior record for possession. So it wasn't my first charge. It would have been my first charge. It probably would have been, a fine, right? But I had a previous record for possession of cannabis, possession of something else, possession of cannabis. So it wasn't like I had no criminal record. I did because it was my 4th charge. They nailed me. And the only thing they actually want to put me in jail for 2 years less a day. And the only thing that saved me, the Crown was asking for 2 years less.
For 4 grams.
Trafficking. I had a 10-year firearm prohibition with that. I've never owned a gun in my life. But they put a 10-year firearm prohibition with that. That ended in August of 2025, or when was it? 2012. So 2022, I finally was free of that. But yeah, it's like it came out for 4 grams. But yeah, and the thing of it is, the judge was my ex's defense lawyer at one time, and she was a friend of my mom's. So I'm standing in front of this judge that knows me personally, saying, and because you have a baby, I'm not going to put you away. So go home and be mom. But at 10 o'clock at night, they're going to put you and they're going to call you, and you can't leave your house. Well, I didn't give a shit.
No, you're like, I'll stay home. No problem.
No big deal. I could still smoke because this was my medicine. I had a license, so I could still smoke cannabis, but I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't, drink, and I didn't drink anyway. Like it really, and now it was working. So, and I had a baby. So you think I was going to be out partying after 10 o'clock at night? No, I wasn't. But it was the fact that I had to sit at home and have a phone call for them to phone me and say, "Are you home, Miss Cartwright?" Yes, I'm answering the phone, aren't I? Like I'm answering you. So yeah, obviously I'm fucking here. And you had to have a landline. You couldn't do it off a cell. You had to take it. You had to have
a landline, of course.
I'm so sorry.
Then I had to go see your probation officer twice a month for 4 grams of pot. So this is how I was treated for 4 grams of cannabis.
I'm so sorry I did that to you. That's horrible.
Yeah, right. But again, like now, because of what we did, because I did that.
Because all these years of work.
Go through that, right?
Yeah.
I had to go through
that. Anybody can have up to 30 grams.
Nobody will ever have to go through that again. So I guess like I did it, but nobody else will ever have to again because we legalized cannabis.
Exactly.
Right? The first charge I got was literally for 6 grams of cannabis. I've never been charged with a large amount, right? It was 6 grams.
Like your personal.
It was my personal, and I was medical, but I didn't have my medical licensing when I got caught with the possession, right?
Yeah, no, I know it was great.
And with this trafficking charge, I still walk, like I said, I could still possess, but because I mailed it, it's trafficking. Even though there's no money exchanged, it doesn't matter.
That's crazy.
Anyways.
Yeah, you can mail it. They even have special mailers for you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. You're
exactly.
welcome.
Yeah.
But I did the time. Now everybody can just do it legally, right? But again, I did the time. I did 6 months. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, for 4 grams of pot.
For a plant.
I walked in the first time I walked into the legal store, I started crying. And I turned around, I walked out. And I thought, fuck, I did 6 months for fucking this. And you guys are doing it now, getting paid. And I walked out crying because like
helps people.
Yeah. And it's funny because I sent that cannabis back because somebody that we know mutually had sent me her salve in the mail. And you know why I couldn't get away from it? Because I sent her a thank you card and a business card, and my name was on it, and I had absolutely no defense.
You're like, here you go, no worries, right?
It was my first legal crop, and I was so proud. And I was like,
thank you. Share this with you.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Now she works in the legal market, and, she's all over the place in her bikini and, living her life, right? And I'm the one that did the time. And I don't think anybody ever mentions my name. And that's just, that's another hard one, but ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now nobody will ever have to go through that again, right?
Exactly.
Nobody will ever have to go through that again.
Exactly. That is in the past and it's staying there.
But nobody, my kids, you, my grandkids, your grandkids, nobody will ever have
They won't even understand that it was ever not legal.
Right?
Which is
You'll never have, it's like a beer. Before prohibition,
exactly. They'll never understand what happened.
Well, like, us hiding in an alley, smoking a joint, or fucking meeting some seedy guy in the alley to get some crappy weed, and, checking over your shoulder to make sure you're driving home, making sure you're not being followed by a cop.
Stems.
And I rolled through, like, this is the worst. I was pregnant with Taven, and I had gone into Lethbridge, and I grabbed a couple ounces, and I just threw them on my front seat and threw my coat over them, right? I mean, thinking, no license either. Like, I hadn't gotten my medical license yet. Fuck, I'm driving home Tabor. I was living in Tabor from Lethbridge. Fucking check stop. I roll in, they stop me. Of course, I'm like, look over, didn't say anything. What you doing? I'm just going home. They look down. Oh, you're pregnant. Have a nice day. And let me go. And I'm like, holy fuck. Neil got pulled over when he was out there on the fucking Freedom Tour. He got fucking nailed for 3.5 grams too.
Yeah.
And, and he, as long as he stayed in Alberta, but the idiot went through Alberta, got nailed, got to go back to court, right? Like, so Alberta was the worst, and they're the ones with the most stores and they got legal vapor lounges. The only province that has vape lounges. The hardest province to get anything done when we were out there protesting and trying to get it legal. Now it's like the Wild West. Woohoo! Because they privatized liquor. So because of the privatization of their LCB and their liquor stores, anybody can fucking sign up.
I'm glad that everyone's grandchildren and their children and so on won't need to go through all what you went through.
Even you to have to get a license. Like, for you to be,
7 years before we even, right? Like, since 2001, I was searching.
Right? And again, like, what we had to go through to get licensed, we had to wait 10 weeks to get a license. We had to find a doctor. Never mind. I had to fly from Alberta to Ontario to go see Dr. Camerman so I could get a signature. Because my doctor in Alberta was like, I'm not signing your paper with marijuana. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. And then it was like, well, you're a drug addict. Like, I'm not going to give you anything else for pain. You only use your cannabis, you drug addict, right? It was just ridiculous. And then the College of Physicians, still, even today, now they're making it so if you want to get a licensing, anything under, they won't sign for 20 grams even anymore.
Well,
most of these doctors, but again,
she's since 2008, right?
Right. They know even people that have had 50 grams, they won't sign them. The Health Canada is just.
That's
Cheryl was telling us that on the last show we had.
That's horrible and so sad.
Because they don't want anybody growing a lot of cannabis, right? Because they don't want anybody growing a lot of cannabis. So they're
not going to like your microgreen.
It's because, the thing of it is, even after the legalization, they've had busts up to 1,700, 2,400 plants in Ontario from people that have licenses that are outrageous, that aren't actually patients. They're, again, extorting and exploiting our system, right?
Our medical system.
Right. And there's always going to be that group of people that do organized crime. And I think these guys were Asian persuasion. You know what I mean? Not saying they're not Canadian, but they were Asian persuasions with the names that I saw. But they had they had licensing but they only had licensing for like 49 plants, 20, which is like 198 plants. So, but they were growing 1,700 plants.
Okay,
right?
That's crazy. That's not even.
Yeah, exactly. But again, when the police come in and they find, and again, you're not supposed to have more than one, no designation grow, 4 plant, they can't have 4 licensing, and they were just breaking every rule that they could break. Right? Again, one bad apple.
And that hurts the patients. That hurts
one bad apple. One bad apple fucks it for all of us. Right?
Yeah.
That's the reason why now. And even with the soldiers, when they went through did the kiosks on it was because of the money, right? How much money were they spending on veterans? And they wanted to revamp veterans' disabilities and how much money they were spending on. So they did this kiosk, and that's when the 3 to 5 gram limits came in because the government only wanted to pay for up to 5 grams, right? Meanwhile, some of these veterans patients had grams, like 20 grams, 30 grams, 40 grams a day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They wanted to cut back the soldiers and the veterans so they didn't have to pay for it. Meanwhile, they've been paying for their lights, for their grows, for their nutrients, all these things. They cut all that stuff out of their benefits, right? And give them one set benefit for medical. And they've got a limit on it, just like everybody else in Canada. Like, to be fair, they were taking advantage of that portion of their disability, right? Like they were like going in getting 5, 6, 7 grand for grow startups.
That's so not fair.
But military benefits were paying for it. So in the hindsight, the government of Canada was paying for these veterans for their PTS, and I'm not disputing they had it.
They absolutely should. But then there's got to be fairness.
There was one that they found that had gotten up to $10,000 for a startup for a grow that the Canadian government had paid for. So if you're going to do that for a veteran, you should be doing that for every patient then.
Yeah.
We don't have veteran affairs benefits. They do. So veteran affairs benefits would pay for their stuff. They just put it in as insurance as a medical need, give them the receipts, and then they get a reimbursement, right? Because that's how it worked for their medical.
Yeah.
Using it
but instead of giving everybody else it, they take away from the veterans.
I think that is so
right. Yeah.
I think that's
again they were taking advantage of it. Like it doesn't cost $10,000
to do that to those people, and I think that's horrible and so sad that he's doing that when he everybody.
It's not now. This was all before.
This was then. I know, but everybody
this is not the government we have now. But
that could help them, and it's just a plant. It shouldn't be a problem,
right? And it should be freely available to everybody, right? But again, when you treat one community different from another community, it vets those communities and divides us, right? Because then other patients are going, well, they got more than we did.
Well, everybody should be having access to it.
Exactly. They should be. Everybody should have had the ability to put their receipts in for their lights and stuff. And somebody should have. Look at how long we fought. There's no
not taken away from anybody, but give to everybody, right?
Give to everybody rather than taking away from one, right? And it's the same with insurance. Some insurance companies, if you've got a license, and you buy from the licensed producer, and you would put those receipts into taxes, you can be tax exempt on a certain portion of your cannabis medicine now. Some insurance companies, I think even Sun Life, will pay for a certain amount of your lead, but you have to have a licensing, and you have to be buying from a licensed producer through the mail. Like it can't be you going into a rec store, buying it, and giving them that receipt. It has to be like set up, and that's something that they didn't do before. So some of them are doing that, and that's a good thing. Like I said, there has been progress, not enough progress.
No, but it's somewhere. It's a start.
Right? But again, like nobody will ever have to go to jail for a joint.
No,
nobody's ever going to get charged and do trafficking charges for.
In the end, no one's going to jail for cannabis, right? So.
Unless you're growing 1,700 plants and breaking every fucking rule.
Well,
then,
yeah, okay. So.
There is some regulations left on it, like those, and guaranteed they're not going to do 14 years either. They'll probably get a slap on the fucking wrist for it. But again, like I said, there are some, it's not ideal. There still is laws against it. I mean, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't have impaired driving laws. If you're impaired and you're smoking weed, you shouldn't be driving. Like, that's just one of the things, like whether I do or not, it's my business. I'm not saying you should. It affects everybody differently, right? Like if I don't, I'm a road rage. I'll kill somebody. I don't smoke and drive either. I don't smoke in my car. I don't smoke, while I'm driving. I no more than I would be drinking a beer driving down the road.
I have 2 more things that I wanted to say to you.
You go right ahead.
That I'm proud of. The other one is that I'm having less seizures than I was before. How many seizures have I had before and now?
Ridiculous. Well, so the ketogenic diet was helping, but what we found, okay, so Haley, show them the new monitor. So she has the arm. Okay.
The new.
Yeah. So and now
for your sugar.
So this is awesome. This is the best thing. Here's the thing: it's not covered for her because she's not a true diabetic. However, she does have severe recurrent hypoglycemic events.
Right.
So when the first year we were at single dosage, we're now at double dose, and The first year we saw about a 60% decrease in severe hypoglycemic events. Now it's more like
a reminder.
It's less than that. It's more like when we have to adjust certain things, like maybe the ketones, like because with hormone fluctuations, we may have to adjust the diet in order to compensate for changes like that. Right. So that's kind of like the fine tuning part. But this little device, what we suspected was highly suspected was that she was possibly having some of her seizures in her sleep were from hypoglycemic seizures.
Right. Her sugar
do not like to respond to the medications, and no way to track that other than like, how do you constantly be? I mean, we were running up to 75 tests.
Well, I mean, our poor fingers too. When you're doing a fucking like
ridiculous amounts, okay, like ridiculous amounts.
Oh, my dad was a diabetic, so I know exactly what that is. My mom, they had a Libra, right? So mom can track it on her phone. Also, if you got a low night, and I've got another friend, Chelsea. She also is a diabetic, right? And she wears one of those too. She has a pump though, an insulin pump as well.
Oh, okay.
So what happens with her is because she is a diabetic. When she's got a low, her insulin pump will automatically be notified from her phone.
That's wicked.
So that she can immediately start putting the amount of insulin into her body, so she doesn't have to give herself an injection. It automatically gives her a pump. So she's got the tracker on one arm, and then she's got the insulin pump on the other. So they automatically work together. So she watches her highs and lows. Some days she's good, some days it's bad too, because she's just getting used to this. But it seems to be a new technology that's helping for diabetes anyways.
Oh, for sure. It absolutely would, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. And
that really is.
Yeah.
With HAYLEY, because now we've used it a few times.
Which one is that?
More continuous stuff.
What's the name of that one? What's that one called?
It's the Libre 2.
So
the Libre 3 does 15 days. The Libre 2 does 14 days.
Yeah.
And apparently there's only a $10 difference in the price range. So then you're at max going to have 1 day missing. But if you're doing it throughout the year, it should be fairly, a little close. This one just has like a day or so.
Yeah. And then you just track it.
Before I used to have a lot more seizures. Now I'm having less. And how many?
Would you say like 50%?
Well, to now.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh.
50%.
Well, okay, so I think that the issues that that a lot of the seizures that we were seeing in 2021, 2022, because when her glucose was low and ketones were high, her EEG was beautiful, just clear, right? So there was only one slow spike wave without formation that was even seen when we were doing all those testing. Right. And she was doing really good, but the hypoglycemic, I mean, literally during that time, I was feeding her like so much juice. It was ridiculous. While she's getting a good EEG.
It
was crazy.
How much applesauce did I take?
Oh, apple juice up to 2 liters when it was real bad. Yeah. In order to fix it.
Bring the glucose levels up, right?
Get it to stay longer than 30 minutes.
Wow.
Every 20 minutes.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was bad before it finally broke and it leveled off.
Right.
And it was hours of this. And then, but the ketones were up and the glucose was low and the seizures were doing good. And so when we saw that, well, the doctor's like, okay, well, we got to figure that out. We had 400 specialists 2 years in a row, 2021 and 2022. And we tried everything, every possible way to maintain the glucose while keeping a good high ketone level. And her body did not want to stabilize. And even when we brought it down, it was like crashing. And it was severe. It was bad. She was almost off the keto diet completely. And at points was.
I was also in a hospital a couple of times in 2022 and 2021.
That's what I'm talking about, sweetheart.
Yeah,
is
I remember
because of the glucose. So I believe that there was also more hypoglycemic events actually happening at that time as well,
Right.
like that were causing seizures. But now this little device, we're seeing more of a steady flow. So we're able to better track it. And I'm actually really looking forward to having a compiled amount. So we're gonna have her at, she's at double amount right now.
Right.
We're gonna have that going.
Oh, you're not giving her insulin.
No insulin. This is only the Libre 2 to sense it, to record it, right?
Oh, right.
So she's at half her dose.
Like she's not diabetic, so she's just like kind of like.
Well, last year she was at a single dose of her cannabis juice. Now she's at double dose.
Oh, I gotcha. When you're talking
about, so now we're going to. And before we did 1,000,001 blood tests. Okay.
I know. Like
it was over in a matter of a period of 9 months. We did.
I know, right? And that cost
insane. Yeah, and now how is it less now?
Oh well, okay. So we've seen more improvement, right? So we've got more health, more energy, more things. I mean, you can tell that she's, you can see it, right? Right. Here's your proof, right, of how she's doing. And this little monitor, though, it shows us, I've already got an idea of when her glucose is going to be lower. We're able to fine tune arranging it so we can avoid hypoglycemic events.
Right.
And once we watch this and we have some data from it, then because this fall, right? This fall is microgreens. This fall will be microgreens. Yeah.
Right.
This is
because there's so much, right? And I can't increase it anymore without it's already causing issues at that amount for her diet, and we're manipulating things in different ways. We tried an extract. I did take some time to try an extract. So a cold extract with acidic cannabinoids. There were benefits. So when we're talking about raw cannabis, I would absolutely say don't let, in most cases, right, don't let the fact that it's just an extract of raw acidic cannabinoids prevent you from trying it. For her, in her case, she actually does need that whole plant because I know there were things that got a little better when I additionally added on the extract, right, from a single dose and then increase of her juice, which we remained stable. Then I added in the extract, and there were things that were positive, absolutely, and that's why I say, hey, don't rule it out. But with the juice for her and that actual whole plant, the functional food aspect of it for her, really, it made a big difference. We actually started having some other issues because it wasn't giving her the overall benefits of it as it, and that we were seeing more benefits as a whole plant, right?
And before I used to have day seizures and night seizures, but now I'm only sometimes having night seizures. And not all the time, but sometimes.
And now that we can control the hypoglycemic events, we're not seeing the night seizures. We're only seeing it if it's hormonal or something like that, right? It's not. Yeah, we will have her completely fine-tuned very soon. And she's still coming off drugs, which may also aid in the seizure control because we're getting rid of stuff that's just...
And the only time when I do have lots of seizures is in catamedial time.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
And
every time... But if it's not catamedial time, then I'm having so much less here and there instead of all the time or every once.
Do you think that the hypoglycemia is also a trigger to seizures too? So if you keep
you can have seizures from low if you have a hypoglycemic event. There is, if you were to look it up, it will put seizures as a possible thing. And now that we got this, we can better track it. But she had hit, even while we're doing this. So an example would be, and we're talking over a 60% reduction, but when we're talking almost 100 episodes in a month, that still leaves a large amount that you still have to deal with. And for example, this thing caught in the middle of the night when I never would have had a clue because her blood was fine before bed, but it caught a 2.2 glucose.
Wow, that's low.
Yeah. So I was able to quickly intercept and end it. And give it a few doses, got it where we needed. In one evening, in one night of adjusting it, we were able to fix it rather than days not knowing. And if it's dropping that low in the middle of the night, she has a seizure from it, and it doesn't react to my Dazzlam properly at all because that's not what its problem is.
No, it's because of the low sugar. That's interesting. That's good. That's again, you taking the time to pay attention to what she needs.
Yeah.
And before I got this,
so I don't know how. I know she was having some from it. I know that before this,
we
definitely
didn't know. We wouldn't be able to tell if it was too low to stop it. So I don't have a seizure.
Yeah.
Instead, it would just keep on going and make until I go into a seizure.
Yeah.
Instead, now that I have this device now.
Fixes it.
Now
lets
us know it's instead.
That's so amazing. I'm sorry, folks, but we're gonna have to wrap this up because we ran.
No worries. Oh,
but you know what?
I just wanted to say to you is that now that I'm better, I'm more ADL, doing all different routines, help around the house and doing more chores,
her just mobility, even just showering herself stuff.
More involved in the family. She's just be able to do things,
practicing skills, and just yeah.
That must be amazing, and you should be so proud.
And
like I said, this is just, and you're a warrior, and you are an ambassador. And I think, like I said, Al has already mentioned that he'd like to have you guys on Pace. So we will, maybe even Wednesday night, maybe because nobody really watches me during the day, we might just bring you back on Wednesday night, and then we have 90 minutes where we can really talk.
Yeah, sure.
And that'd be a Wednesday. So we start it would be 5:00 on your time. So I'll reach out to Al today and say that we are going to continue our conversation from my show today on Wednesday night on Pace Radio, or Pace Radio show. Because we don't have probably a guest lined up for that either. Because like I said, because not a lot of people are doing anything. And if they are, they don't want to come on the show. Even trying to find sponsorship, anybody that's doing anything off, anything. So we are always more than happy to have you come on and talk to us about everything. The whatever you want.
It's a whole new thing, and it needs to be shared. And Haley's like, Mom, can you get a hold of her so we can go and tell everybody?
Yes, you bet. And that's what I said. We will finish the conversation today. I'm going to type to Al when I get off of here, and we will, like I said, I'll send you a link. It'll be the same type of thing. It's just longer, and it's me and Al, so we'll have more time. Okay, so I'll see you again on Wednesday night then on paceradio.net.
Okay.
Thank my sponsors, and thank you guys for coming on and spending the hour with me. And I am so thank you. Thank you for showing us to keep hope and to never give up, Haley, because that's exactly it. Never give up, right?
Yeah. I said.
Okay. So we'll see you Wednesday night. You guys can stay around after I run the commercial so we can say goodbye off the air. So just stick around, don't go anywhere, and I'll be back after we shut this shit show down. Thanks for joining us. Week we'll be back next week, and join me again live on Wednesday night on the Pace Radio Network. See you then.
Bye.
Okay, I gotta hit this button.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.